I'm fixing oatmeal this morning. I've got just regular oatmeal and cinnamon in here and an apple. I like apple chunks in my oatmeal. So that's what I got. I'm going to put it in the microwave for 3 minutes. I don't usually cook a lot in the microwave, but today it's going to be faster for me. After getting it out of the microwave, I'm just going to add some butter to it. It's actually so good, it's like a dessert. I'll add exactly 1 teaspoon of sugar. And then a little bit of milk. If you add vanilla sugar, this is just regular granulated white sugar with vanilla beans added, and they get to sit for a while and impart all that flavor into the sugar. And if you add that, that adds a little bit, another layer of flavor to your oatmeal. I'm going to add some whole milk. You can add cream if you want to. Get it mixed in really good. And that's a delicious breakfast. If you don't want this much, you can always half it. I mean, it could easily be 2 servings. Donald took his oatmeal. He just likes it with cinnamon, butter, and cream. I'm going to tell him. We're at my daughter's house for Christmas this morning. This is what she got for Christmas, and I love it. Her husband bought this, so we don't know where it came from yet, but it's a foot massager. And she's got some special tea. I'm having holiday tea this morning, but she bought her some loose leaf peach tea, which I'm going to try later. It looks delicious.
No, you didn't say that. Don't say that.
Oh, it is beautiful.
What? Did she get out of it?
Yeah.
This tea, peach blossom herbal tea.
No.
It's just stuff.
Yeah, but you got it for your...
Let's see what the ingredients are.
You want chocolate chip cookie? I make cookies.
Apple, carrot, rosehip, peach, natural flavor.
Look, I make
And the natural flavors are apple and peach, lemongrass and sunflower, and marigold. She got this by the Spice and Tea Exchange of Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I'm going to go on that website and try some of these teas. I love delicious loose leaf tea. And peach is an in particular favorite, so this is a great tea. We were going to have it this morning, but I'd already fixed my holiday tea. This foot massager is it's a life changer. What a great stress reliever. This is an eye massager. My daughter got this for Christmas too. She got all the luxury gifts. I've got to try them out. I think I have to have the foot massager. This is good too. To show this is my daughter's cat head biscuits. Perfect Beautiful. She cut them out with a mason jar.
She made them bad boy.
These things are good. Her dad didn't like them at all. Here's her gravy. Lord, look at that. That's some delicious looking sausage gravy. I'm getting ready to have a gravy and biscuit for Christmas morning breakfast. Her scrambled eggs, she's got bacon.
Still, when families come together, it helps to know what belongs where. Her eyes searched my...
Well, it's the end of Christmas. Today was December 25th, Christmas Day of 2025. And I'm still up because have you ever had a day so good that you didn't want to see it end? And so that's how today's been for me. It's 12 o'clock. If you can see down there, that clock, it's 12 o'clock, midnight. So that means Christmas is officially over for 2025. And so today, it's 2026. And it's officially the day after Christmas. Well, I'm still doing my little tea advent calendar. The little snowman that my little granddaughter filled up for me. Now I'm going to do 2024 because I got a little bit behind and there's no 2025. So let's see what kind of tea we've got in here. And it is a white tea. And it looks really good. And she's put me some things that she's made in here. Look at this. Here's a bracelet. And here was a necklace that was tucked in one of these. She made a little bracelet and a little necklace. Very sweet. I'll have to tell her that I really liked these. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and have, let's see what this other one is. It's the Secret Garden Christmas Morning Black Tea with chai spice and natural flavoring. That's what this one is. It smells really good. But I'm not going to be able to have this one because it's black tea. And it has a lot of caffeine in it. And that one will probably keep me up. It's already midnight, so I'm just going to go ahead and have this white tea. I need to go get a chamomile to mix with it so it won't keep me up tonight. I've got one of these Atlantic Pacific Hartford's chamomile. It's 100% chamomile, and of course it's caffeine free. So it's not going to keep me up. I think I'm going to have one of these and add it to my white tea that I got in my little advent calendar. I'm going to go ahead and add that to my tea. I've got my Merry Christmas cup. I may use my Merry Christmas cup all the way up until January. We got a fruit basket for Christmas. It's right here. And there was a little orange marmalade in here. And there was a little honey. So I think I'm going to use this little honey in my tea tonight. My chamomile and my white tea. As I have a cup of tea to relax tonight. We had a really good day Christmas Eve and a really good day today on Christmas Day. We visited family both days. And I think I've shared with you before, I'm an introvert. So gatherings, I love to gather with family because I love them so much, but they drain me. So I came home both days, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day today, and I slept because I was just exhausted. as much as I love people and I enjoy Christmas and getting together, which I really do, it was great fun, it does exhaust me. So when I got back, I took a rest and got, my energy back so that I could do a few things that I needed to do. Now we've still got one more place to go tomorrow. I haven't saw my mother for Christmas this year, and so we're going to her house tomorrow. She had a lot going on, and she had people for several days, and so tomorrow's the day that we're going to get to, well, actually it's after midnight, so later today we'll go see her and take her gifts, and then that should be the last place that we have to go this year to visit family and share gifts. So I'm going to have this cup of tea and just unwind a little bit. I've got a few things that I need to do that I don't have done yet that I wanted to get done. I kind of want to work on them tonight, but I may not work on them tonight. I had to go put the cats up and feed them because the little one had the zoomies, and she was not going to let up until I gave her something to eat because that was the only thing that would calm her down. I'll go ahead and make this tea. Now I'm thinking there might be about 2 teaspoons of honey in this little jar. So I'm just going to put half of it in here. And we'll leave the other half for another cup of tea. That way I won't be having too much sugar tonight. Go ahead and let this steep for about 4 or 5 minutes. And then I'll be having my last cup of tea for Christmas. Yeah, it was a great couple of days. Christmas Eve was great. And then Christmas Day. We started a tradition after the kids, my grown children, me and Donald's grown children, when they got grown and started having kids, and the kids got older, well, they didn't really want to go to anybody else's house on Christmas because they wanted to open their gifts and they wanted to be at home and play with everything and enjoy Christmas at home. So for Christmas, we started just going to their house and exchanging gifts. Me and Donald would take their gifts and we'd exchange gifts at their house. And that helped out a lot because the children could stay at home and play with their toys, and we didn't interfere with their Christmas traditions. And of course, my daughter, she made breakfast for us this morning, Christmas Day. One of my sons had a wonderful Christmas Eve celebration, and that was fun, so much fun. And they give out play money, and they have an auction. They've bought all these gifts, and they're wrapped up, and we don't know what they are, and you auction for them. And it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of us there, and we really enjoyed that. And then today, I went to my daughter's, and I did a little clip. She got a foot massager. It was a great gift. I think I might have to break down and get me one with my Christmas money. That thing felt wonderful, and her husband got it for her from Target. And then he got her a face mask that massages her her forehead and stuff, and she can relax. And then I got her a blanket that has sleeves that you get in and cozy up. And she said, I'm never going to want to leave the couch with my foot massager, my cozy blanket, and my sleep mask massager. So she got some really nice treats that were to pamper herself. But I tried out her foot massager, and I really did like it. And so I might have to go get me one of those. I might have to invest in that so I can relax. It was warm today. It was not a cold Christmas at all. I think it got up to 70 degrees today here in our area, which was very, very warm. And I think they were predicting snow about a week ago, snow on Christmas Day, but that didn't happen. It warmed up tremendously. which was great for some people because they could, go outside and enjoy outside as well as being together inside. So that's just how it was this year. We made the best of it and enjoyed it. But it was not a snowy Christmas for us. We ate a lot. There was a lot of good things to eat. There was plenty to share and enjoy, and we really enjoyed that. So I had a great Christmas Eve and a Christmas Day, and then Christmas will extend tomorrow, the day after, well, today, since it's after 12. Later today, we'll go visit Mama and enjoy Christmas with her. And so that'll be good. I may can take you along for that for a little bit. But, I've shared with you before, I love to see Christmas come and I love to see it go because it can be a very exhausting time of the year. And now we have to get ready for the new year. It'll be, the new year before we know it's just right around the corner. So we've got to prepare for that. And there's a few things that come along with that this year. There was one incident that happened with Donald before he got off of work. He cut his finger, his index finger, and on his dominant hand, and he almost cut his finger off. So he did get to the hospital, and they did sew everything back on, but he's been, it's hindered him a little bit. He can't do what he normally does, and he, it was a scary thing to happen, to almost lose a finger. But he has a coworker that's also an EMT, and he did the right thing for Donald. He got him straight to the hospital and got that thing sewed back on. And so that wasn't such a great thing to happen, but it ended up being the best case scenario that it could have been. So he's dealing with a injury on his right hand, and so he's a little bit held back from doing what he normally does. You don't know how much of an impact that makes until you have that kind of injury, so he's having to work around that. But I'm just glad that turned out the best way that it possibly could have. I really am. I'm glad that it wasn't injured any worse than it was, because that could have been really bad. So he's been dealing with that, and hopefully that'll recover soon and heal quickly. Which brings me to the making of comfrey salve. We use comfrey salve for healing, and it's wonderful for that. I still haven't got that made for this year, so I'm going to try to work that in. I've been staying up late today, just not wanting to let this day go yet. I've been hanging on to it. I didn't get everything I wanted to get done decorating-wise. I never got the nativity scene put up. You can see over here. It still did not get put up. I did not get Candy Cane Lane made. One of my granddaughters, she danced in the Nutcracker. And she was very, very busy. The one that usually helps me put up Candy Cane Lane. And then the others, it was just so busy that we didn't get it put up. And that's okay. That happens some years. But we missed putting together Candy Cane Lane. We really did. But we'll save it until next year. Way too late to put it up. Christmas has already came and gone, so we won't go ahead and put it up now. We'll just let that wait until next year. Candy canes were not as easy to buy this year. Candy canes had gone up a lot, and they had shrunken down. I think I may have shown you that before. They had shrunken down in size. So you wasn't getting it was shrinkflation. You wasn't getting very big candy canes for your money, and they were like $3 and $4 a box. I know I'm showing my age here, but it wasn't not so long ago, and you could get a box of candy canes for 99 cents, for $1, and now they're like $3, $4, and sometimes $5. So they were incredibly expensive this year. The candy canes, and we didn't even get Candy Cane Lane put together. One of my sons, he went into his storage to get his tree, and he had forgotten that he had thrown his tree away a couple of years ago. He or maybe it was just last year, and he didn't have it this year. And so we're going to have to be on the lookout for him to get a good tree. I want to look at Habitat for Humanity or a good secondhand store and get him a really good tree at this time of the year after Christmas. So hopefully I can do that, and I'll bring y'all along with me when I do that, so we can find him a good tree that he can put in his storage, and he'll have it for next year. But he said it was okay because he was getting everything up late anyway, and he would just look for a tree on discount this year and be able to use it next year, and I think that's a great idea. Well, the little kitten hadn't got into the tree too much today. It did get in there quite a bit, but this year I was really afraid it was just going to live up in the tree, but it just messed around the bottom of the tree and played with all the ornaments that hung down on the bottom of the tree, and then I couldn't complain about that too much because, at least she wasn't climbing all up in it and messing with everything, so she didn't do too much damage, and I was glad about that because, she could have easily destroyed the tree, and that would not have been good at all. So she basically left it alone, and of course Cookie never bothers the tree. He hadn't bothered it in 3 years. He gets up under it and lays down occasionally, but that's about all that he does. He doesn't really bother it. The kiddos put this under here. This is a little grandpa reading a book to a little grandson bear. And then we had this bear on the tree, and one of the little granddaughters put it down here and said, well, this bear wants to be read to too. So that was cute. That goes under the tree. We've got Winnie the Pooh under the tree. I've got a couple of Raggedy Anns and some other things that go under the tree, but I didn't get them all out this year because, I just didn't have time. I really did not have time. But you can see how the trees, that little shower curtain I put under there that looked like a tapestry and had the pretty Christmas colors. You can see the cats did really dig around in that, and not too bad, but it was a little bit of a feat to hold it all together. But otherwise, it really did hold up pretty good, and I'm so glad about that because you never know when you have a new little kitten if they're going to tear down your tree or what's going to happen. But it fared well, and it'll be coming down in a few days. I never leave my tree up very long after Christmas. After Christmas, it's just time for it to come down. But I'll tell you what does happen. I'm used to this thing being lit up, and I've enjoyed all of the beautiful lights on it, this whole month. And so I'll really be missing this tree's lights when it comes down. I get used to it and think that it's so pretty. And then when it's time for it to come down, I really do miss its brightness, all the pretty lights that's on it. Then the living room looks empty and naked, and I get some space back, but then I'm missing that beautifulness of this tree. But, maybe I can figure out something that'll be just as bright and pretty after I take it down. We'll have to see how it goes. Well, I got pajamas and blankets, more tea, and fruit baskets and candy and different things for Christmas this year. So it was a pretty good Christmas. I'm not really into material things as much as I am just being able to get together and spend time together. That is the precious thing to me. And we got together. I'll just include a few pictures here, and just so you can see kind of, not anything and not a lot of detail, but just a few pictures here and there to give you some ideas of our Christmas gathering. I appreciate you all year for watching my channel, and for subscribing and liking and sharing and commenting, all those great things that make this small channel work. I appreciate you so much. I hope you had a great Christmas, and I hope that you're looking forward to the new year because it'll be here before we know it. Thank you for joining me today, and like always, until next time,